listen, we'll definitely be in touch.
Before I came to Earth,
I do a lot of jokes with kids. My kids love these jokes.
Yes.
So,
I was 6 density, ready for
Here's the
7.
thing. Okay, you did
Just
get.
give it to me straight. No
I used to
You
be in
have
6
been chosen
density.
to open for me. They just haven't decided what year yet.
Right. So I did not get the.
That's called a Hollywood.
I
No.
was
They tell
more
you yes,
powerful
just
than
never get back to
Baphomet.
you. When you're going to be there.
Did y'all know that?
Mechanical
Did y'all know
bull.
that?
Did you, by the way, did you notice where you rank in this company based on the assignment?
Before I came to Earth, I was more powerful than Baphomet.
Having like a spare rib
Yeah,
eating contest.
I was.
We're riding bulls. I'm getting shot out of a cannon.
Did y'all know that?
An alligator in the C block. You know,
last year we had the two of them doing the Dumb and Dumber dance, which was awesome.
I don't need no feedback from a door, dude.
Jimmy, you do.
we're going shopping. You know the deal. You know the deal in Nashville. It's buy one get 12 free.
I don't need no feedback from a door. Before I came to Earth, before I came to 3rd density, I was more powerful than Baphomet.
Let's get it tomorrow night.
That's a true story.
Well, hey, listen, that does it for us tonight. But check out my podcast from the.
And you know what happened?
With my wife Rachel. Also, January
On
20th,
Earth,
6 p.m.
I am the hero of time. That's the biggest compliment someone in 3rd density, someone in human being form, can receive from the other side, as psychics call it. The spirit realm, as a shaman might call it. That's the biggest compliment someone can receive while in a human form, for real.
Good evening and aloha, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Tucker Carlson's
I've been
Tonight.
called the world's
I'm
most
Tulsi Gabbard,
accomplished
standing in
human.
for Tucker.
I've been called the most
I'm so
important
grateful
human
to have
on
had
the
privilege
planet.
of wearing the cloth of this country now
Among
for almost 20
billions
years,
and
currently serving as
billions
Lieutenant
and
Colonel and Civil Affairs
billions
Officer in
of
the U.S. Armed
human
Reserves.
beings.
So my first
I've
deployment
been
was to
called
Iraq
by
in
the
2005, in
divine,
a medical unit in a camp that was about
the
40
Creator's
miles
favorite
north
human.
of Baghdad. And one of the things that struck me when I first arrived at that camp in 2005 was
Asking.
a big sign at the main gate that read, "Is today the day?" Now, I saw that sign almost every day for the year that I was there. Reminder that any day could be our last.
And what happened to me?
Was just how true this was as I worked in a medical.
Why am I here
every
making
day,
this video
experiencing the
now?
high human cost of war.
Because at some point I thought it would be helpful for my life to make a request of the spirit realm.
And to others.
But as soon as I made the request, I realized that the being who came forth was trying to harm me. So I made a request of the spirit realm, and immediately I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that being. I don't want what that being was trying to do for me. I don't want any of that. And you know what that being did? Tried to murder me for all time. Tried to murder my soul.
Very young, moving towards death at a rapid rate.
Yes, because we are. Yes. And the root of all wisdom is knowing that, you know?
Exactly.
I didn't even want anything from this being. Nothing. And this being tried to murder my soul, my spirit, my body, my mind. They tried to murder me for all time.
Exactly. Because if you acknowledge the reality of death, and that it's not just something like, okay, I'm going to set my clock, it's going to come at this time, at this place, at this age, then you realize how precious life is, right?
Yes, and you're not in control.
You look at, the problems we have in mainstream media, the problems we have within leaders in just about every sector in our society. They're chasing
Not only
all the
that,
wrong things, whether it's money or power or
what they did to me is designed to destroy the entire planet. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of soul murders and otherwise murders.
Right? Like, what am I chasing?
I totally agree. How could you miss that?
Now, as we look to the year ahead, we're reminded
there's
about what
nearly
is most
8
important in life
billion
and in death. That we
human
find
beings
hope
on
and
this
inner peace in God's unconditional love for every one of us, and that true happiness is found in service to God and to others.
And you know how important
now, with that in mind, we want to end the year
vital
and
I am?
by highlighting some incredibly selfless Americans.
Beings from the other side of time.
who rescued
meaning
24 people
beings
during
from the
recent
other
deadly
side, the
blizzard
spirit
that struck
realm,
the city last
spirits,
week. The man's
so-called,
name is Jay Withy, and he's a mechanic who last week around 6 p.m. ventured out in his
who
truck
are
with a friend who was
of a
trapped
much
in
higher
Minnesota.
dimensional nature, and so they're called on the other side of time, because they experience time differently. They see future potentials and they see the past not as one single present moment, but they see
But at every door he knocked on, local residents said no. They refused to let Withy and his passengers inside
some
their
people
homes.
have called it
And so
outside
they
of
spent the night
time.
in
These
someone's
beings
car. The next
see
morning, the
multiple
situation
moments at
was even
once.
worse. The
They
elderly
can see
woman
past
needed to use
moments,
the
they can see
bathroom,
future potentials.
and in the midst of a blizzard, there was nowhere for her to go.
They can literally
So
see.
in desperation, Withy looked at his GPS and
That's
he
called
noticed
the
there
other
was a
side of
school
time.
nearby. He then
Very
made the
higher
decision
dimensional
that would save
beings on the other
dozens
side.
of lives. He used a
The other
spare
side.
set of brake pads to break into the school,
Anyway,
setting off an alarm. Continued on,
so
and soon more than 20 people and a few dogs were packed into the school.
I've been
Now, these are
so
people who'd been
targeted
trapped in
and
their cars
victimized
and might have died
that
if
within
Withy hadn't
seconds
broken
of waking
into the
up,
school and invited them in. And when
I
the
only
storm
just woke
cleared,
up here.
he felt a little bad, so he left this note. Quote, "To whomever it may concern, I'm terribly sorry about breaking the school window and for breaking in the kitchen.
Within seconds
Got
of waking
stuck
up,
at 8 p.m. Friday
some
and slept in
evil
my truck
spirit
with 2 strangers just
lies to
trying
me.
not to die. There were 7 elderly people also stuck and out of fuel.
They
I
lie
had
to
to
me
do it
all
to
day,
save
every
everyone
day.
and give them
I've
shelter,
endured more
food,
psychic
and a
attacks
blanket."
than the rest of
He signed the
humanity
letter, "Merry
combined.
Christmas, Jay."
I'm the
That's why
defender
local
of
police are
Earth.
praising Jay as a hero tonight. And we're so glad that Jay
I used to be
is
one
in a
of the
warm
most
place
famous
and is
human
able to join
beings.
us here tonight. Jay,
Probably
I was
by
moved
far
to
the most
tears
famous
as I
on Earth
read
currently.
and heard about your story. It's these
The
moments
hero
in
of
life
time.
not many people go through, but we are in the midst of a life and death situation. What kind of choices you make? What motivated you to continue on after being told no over and over at people's doors?
Just the will
Anyway,
to survive and,
this being named Baphomet has lied about me in the spirit
I
realm
knew there was more people stranded just like I was.
so much
I wanted to try to get
that
to as many
even
people as
within
possible,
seconds of waking up,
safety that I was lucky
these
enough
little
to find.
henchmen, these little minions, these little
And
pawns
how were you feeling, in
are
that
lying.
moment where you didn't know if you would live or die? You chose not just to go and find shelter for yourself.
No, I ain't received
but
shit
you chose to
from
do all that you
Baphomet.
could
Baphomet framed me for a
others.
deal. Yeah, the devil literally
Yeah,
framed me for a deal. I was supposed to be something,
helping out anyone.
a second coming type figure. I was supposed to be a world-changing Buddha figure.
Sore bone in my body about anyone
In fact, I was
turning me down.
so close to achieving it. I was like right there.
Who would let me in and sleep on their floor.
I learned mudras from Shakyamuni Buddha, directly from Shakyamuni Buddha. That's where I learned mudra.
It was just a blessing.
I've literally met Jesus in person, face to face. Yeah. I've met Yahweh, the shoes of fortitude, the cup of enjoyment, and the bowl of nourishment.
Well, it's such an inspiring example, Jay. It turns out there was
It's a series of symbolism
and you are being
meant to show humans the way.
Doors, and you really living the example of the real message of Christmas.
I've met Ra
service
from the Ra material, the law of one.
So many.
I've met Ra. He showed me how to use my highest chakra,
Thank you very much.
higher than the crown, the highest chakra.
Now,
He showed me that for the first time. That's where I first learned it.
On a K1 visa.
I later mastered it to the point where I used to meditate so much, I would sit down on the couch, right? My highest chakra, my whole chakra system went automatically without even effort, easier than even breathing, would light up like this. My radiant. I would just start smelling God just from sitting down, because I had psychic scent. And I was so good at Tantra, as soon as I sat down, I would start smelling God. Because that's how I was. I'm not like that no more because I was the victim of one of the most heinous, stupid, ridiculous acts in the universe. How you gonna take the most important human being on the planet,
last month, ULDS uploaded this video
who's
showing his
clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient. I mean, I was basically almost all of it, and that was only a fraction of where I was supposed to be. I was expected to be the first human to realize higher dimensional time. Yeah, you can ask Yahweh. You can ask these other heavenly figures. You can ask them. But you know what happened to me instead? I got framed by some crooked bitch for a deal. The devil's so desperate these days, he's framing people for deals. Really? Yeah. Really. I thought it would, back in, what was it? Probably March 2022. I was at a place in my life where I was doing amazing. I was doing amazing in my life. But I thought it would help me because when someone gets close to enlightenment, it emphasizes the imperfections. We become very cognizant of our own imperfections when we get very close to enlightenment. It's the process of trying to leave behind everything.
We can't in Cuba. You can't, dream to have better opportunities. And of course, Cuba is
and so I got close to enlightenment.
Freedom of speech is not.
And I don't mean it's kind of spontaneous enlightenment that people experience. I've experienced back in November 10th, 2010. Some people experience a form of spontaneous enlightenment, but usually that's temporary. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about enlightened for someone's whole life. When someone truly masters enlightenment, they be enlightened their whole life.
Well, we get a range of reactions, to be honest.
It's one of the biggest achievements a human being can make.
Don't like what we're saying
and I was
about
like,
the Cuban government
right there.
And communism in general, and then we have lots more people.
But I thought it would help me in my life
because it resonates
to ask something of the spirit realm, to ask something of the spirit realm. But as soon as that being came forth and tried to hurt me, tried to give me something that would hurt me, I was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that, Baphomet. I requested something of the spirit realm, and a being named Baphomet came forward. And I knew he was trying. If you heard of that being, that being is the devil, worse than Lucifer, for real. Yeah. I'm not negative. I'm not what they call left-hand path. I'm right-hand path. At the time I met that being, I had blessings from Yahweh on a painting. I had blessings from literally God. I was venerated from literally God. I was venerated from God. Yeah, true story. Ask him.
Well, I appreciate
anyway,
you sharing
well,
that reminder.
I don't know what words to call it, but I'll simply say I was venerated from the highest realms.
Celebrate and do all that we can to protect.
I don't know the word to call it. Now I'm so much for joining us. I'm her caretaker. I take care of her.
Thank you as well.
Anyway, so I met this being named Baphomet. I had made a request in the spirit realm. Baphomet came forward, and I could tell he's trying to harm me. I ain't want it. And so this being was so crazy that he started a campaign to try to kill me for all time, to try to kill my body, mind, soul, spirit, all that, to try to murder it forever in a way it could never return.
The violent, vicious knifing deaths of 4 college students.
I guess that being was simply going through something in his life that had nothing to do with me, and simply tried to take it out on me.
4 counts of first-degree murder, as well as a charge of burglary for the November 13th fatal stabbings of 4 students at the University of Idaho. The arrest was made in Eastern
Not only that, the way they was trying to kill me, it said that when someone dies in that way, it'll destroy the whole species.
They also grabbed a white Hyundai Elantra. Koberger is a PhD student at Washington State University. He's studying criminology and has done research on the
And now I'm
thoughts and
feeling all
feelings
these
of felons
motions and
as they
swirls
commit
in my
crimes.
head.
His Pullman, Washington apartment was searched today. It's just
That's
8
Baphomet.
miles from the rental home where the
He attacks me
murders
all day,
occurred.
every day.
Police say
Why?
they
I
can't
don't know.
divulge any of the evidence
Has nothing to
against
do with me. In
Koberger
fact, it has all to
until
do with
he's
that
back
being.
in
There's something
Idaho.
wrong with
But
that
the
being.
Moscow police
He's
chief said today at
insane.
a news conference he is the guy and suggested
That's
there
why
is
he's
no one
making
else
all
involved.
these swirls in
What
my
I can
head.
tell you is we have an individual in custody who committed these horrible crimes, and I do believe our community is safe, but we still need to be vigilant, right?
Anyway,
The four
that being
victims, Kaylee Gonsalves, Matt
lied about
Mogan,
me.
Xana
He tried to
Cordero, and
make
Ethan
false
Chapin
rumors
were
in the
knifed to
spirit
death
realm,
as they
calling me
slept.
some
Police
crackhead
never
or something.
found the
I
murder
know
weapon. It
crackhead.
seemed
I've
to be
never
stuffed.
done crack.
But now the news so many
But
have been
Baphomet,
waiting for an extradition
worse-
hearing is set for Tuesday in
worse than
Eastern
Lucifer.
Pennsylvania. The judge
The
today,
literal
in
devil.
appearance, denied any chance of bail for Koberger and also
The epitome of
the
evil.
extradition, but there is still going to be that hearing on Tuesday unless
He knows he's
waived
the
it before
epitome
then.
of
Tulsi?
evil. He
Hey,
tried
thank you
to
so much,
murder
Dan. Our hearts
the
go out to the
innocent
families
hero of
those
time, the
four
most
victims
important
in that
human being
community,
on the
and,
planet.
you know, they're all eagerly awaiting
That's
some
not me saying
closure
that.
as it comes to this.
Beings
Thanks
on
so
the
much.
other side of time. Beings from the other side on such a high level, they'd
Now,
be
a lot
called
of
the other
people are
side of
wondering
time.
how exactly this killer managed to
Called me
stab
that.
4 students
The most
to death
accomplished
in a home
human. I've also
and then
been
go
called.
on and evade capture
That's
for so long. In
massive
just a moment, we're going to
compliments
talk to somebody who
to
used
me.
to live in that
Speaks
very
volumes
house
about
where the
how
killings occurred.
successful
He has
I
some unique
was.
insights on the level of planning that these killings must have required. That's straight ahead.
So Baphomet shows up, and he tries to frame the innocent hero of time, the most important incarnation on the planet, the most accomplished human. He tried to set me up, frame me, lie about me, and he tried to kill me forever. In a way that would destroy the entire species. Billions and billions and billions and billions of people.
Sure, it was times like that when they all questioned the monumental task that was in front of them. I was determined to be out there.
But you want to know what would solve the whole thing?
Powered by Innovation Refunds, can help your business get a
If
payroll
the
tax
being
refund
named
even
Yahweh
and it only takes 8 minutes to call.
would experience exactly what it's been like being me this year. 2022. Since the beginning of 2022 to present day. What's it been like being me, Yahweh? The full experience of what it's been like being Brad. That's my name.
And now I've added smaller sizes, larger sizes, wide sizes, and all new colors. And with your promo code, you still
When
save
Yahweh
$90
finally
off.
does that,
Not only that,
it will
I'm having the
change
biggest
the world.
closeout sale ever on our sandals and slides for as low as $19.98. What makes my
I'm recording a video right now. Give me a minute.
4-layer design that you're not going to find in any other slippers. My slippers patent
I'm
layers
taking care
make
of
them
them.
ultra comfortable, extremely
And I guess
durable,
I'm being
and they
kind
help
of
reduce
loud.
stress on your feet. Wear them anytime, anywhere. So
Anyway.
go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code to save $90 on my
What, some
original
crooked
My Slippers,
bitch on the other
both
side
those
is
low
trying
as
to tell me
$19.98.
I'm gonna
You
get
can
made
our
fun
sandals
of
or
at the
slides.
end of time
Qualities won't
because my
last
mother
long,
interrupts
and with
me
my 60-day
while I'm making a
money-back
video
guarantee,
because I'm
you
her
can rest assured
caretaker.
they'll be the most comfortable footwear you'll ever own.
It's some liar from the other side. You see,
I've
I've experienced more psychic attacks than probably every other human combined. Even from the moment I came near enlightenment, where my body became radiant with divine energy, I would simply sit down and my body would emanate just radiant with divinity.
And so after trying it for about a week,
Because I would practice all day, every day in front of blessings. I was the kind of person, like how you might hear about yogis in ancient days, where they would sit in a cave for 10 years or whatever. Well, it doesn't have to take 10 years. When you're learning mudras with Shakyamuni and you're working with Yahweh, Ra, and Emrys and stuff, I don't usually like name dropping, but I'm going to name drop here. When you're learning with beings on this kind of level, it don't take 10 years. You can do it in 2 or 3. Anyway, I was extremely successful.
Says they offer home internet. But if their internet comes from a cell phone network,
And
you should know it's just phone internet, not home internet. Keep your home up to speed with Cox.
unfortunately,
Cox internet is faster and has more reliable download speeds than T-Mobile 5G.
even coming close to enlightenment, when my entire energy of my whole body became radiant, without even trying, all my chakras, even the ones up here, down here, all this. I don't like the word chakra, but that's what people are familiar with. It's more of an axis, an axiom. Anyway. So I would sit down and my whole body would just light up without even trying. I could form that connection between the root and up here and then put it back all the way down. Barely even trying. I could do my fingertips without even trying. Without even trying. That's a sign of someone who's ready to ascend to the next dimensional level, is if someone can do their fingertips, especially without trying. I was already there, by far, easily.
When 4 students at the University of Idaho were brutally murdered more than a month ago in their rented home, police didn't have any suspects at first. But today, police identified the killer as
More
Brian
swirls in my
Kohberger.
noggin.
He's a graduate student in criminology at nearby Washington State University. Now, many people are wondering how Kohberger was able to commit
Baphomet
this
doesn't like
horrible
the
crime
truth.
and then evade capture for so long. Now, Rob McQueen used to
He's the
live
type of
in
being
that
who
very
hates
same
God, he
rented
hates
home
all
where
of
these murders
creation.
occurred. And he says that these killings would have
When I met
required
him, he was
a lot
nearing
of
soul
planning.
death.
Rob,
And when he's
thanks for making
with
time
the
to join us
raw
here. You
material,
bring
the
a
law of
perspective
one
I
would
think,
call
no
6th
one else
density.
has
He's a
shared
6th
just yet.
density
How did you
negative
find
polarity
out that
being.
this occurred in the place that you lived when you were going through college?
6th density
And
negative
what ran
is
through your mind?
Hi, Chelsea.
some of the
Thanks
most
for having me on.
evil beings in the universe.
So I actually found out about this through group
5th
chat. with my
density
former
also
roommates
has
that
that.
lived together,
So, some of
when I was actually
the
working
most
in
evil
Ukraine.
beings in
So
the whole universe.
it was a very quick
And
group
some
chat,
of them
and it was really a shock to
are
kind of sit
ultra
and think.
insane.
You have that initial reaction, like, I
Extremely
can't believe that I
insane.
used to live there, and then you have the reaction of, I can't believe this happened in my state. And I think it's
Lucifer
important
also is
to
6th
look at
density
this
negative.
not just in the details that we can get so lost.
Soros
in
is
crime
5th
that's so
density
brutal
negative. That's the name
and
of a
really has
demon.
created so much conspiracy theory and thoughts and speculation. But really look at it in the impact of the lives and the family of those 4 people that were slain.
I don't want to
The
start naming
impact
names
of
here.
the University of Idaho and the Moscow community. And the impact
Unfortunately,
of
I've
Idaho
met them.
as a whole. Like, this is not
Yeah.
something that normally
And I'm
happens
positive
in this
polarity.
state. Like, this is going to leave an impact for a very long time.
I like sunny days and
Yeah,
flowers.
so Rob, I mean, you served in the
Like
United
simple
States
things.
Army for 15 years. You're a military veteran. You've deployed a number of times, and
I'm a simple guy.
you were doing humanitarian work in
I can
Ukraine.
sit
You
in
found
front
out
of a
about this.
blessed object
As
for
you
10
think
hours a
about
day.
those halls and those
And
rooms
like it.
that you lived in,
Because I
tell
like
us
God and truth.
what had to go into this murderer being able to commit such a heinous
Meanwhile,
crime
I'm
in that
surrounded by
house?
these clowns.
So when you look at the
They
layout
put a
of the
summoning
house,
effect
right,
on me.
it's
If I even say their
basically
name,
an
they
old
show
building
up.
with a newer
Yeah.
build on top, and it's built into a hillside.
So I don't want to be
So
naming
you
names.
address kind of the first theories with the surviving roommates that were
They're
living
probably
on the
here
first
right now.
floor, that they would have heard something
sad.
that they were there.
They tried
You
to
have have heard it. You have to understand the
assassinate me
structure
in a
of the
way
house.
that
Those
would
first 2
destroy
rooms
billions
are
and
built
billions
just
and
underneath
billions and billions and
the
billions
living
and
room,
billions of
and then
people.
are also built into a hillside.
And I can prove
So
it.
then when you move to the
That's why they're
second
trying to
floor of
hide
this
the
house, you
experience
get to
of
the
what
main
it's
level,
been
and
like
enters
being
2
me.
bedrooms, 1 bedroom directly across
Because
from
in
the
the
kitchen,
spirit
next to
realm,
the stairs
beings
to
of
go
higher
to the third
dimensional
floor.
nature,
And then that kitchen
beings of
enters onto a
higher
back patio,
density,
which is
as
on that
the raw
hillside.
material would
So
call it.
that second layer where the kitchen
The
is,
reason I
where
keep
that
coming back
second
to that
bedroom is, and where
terminology
the
is because
stairs
I
that go
like
up
it.
that move to the
It's
third
good.
floor are, that is not above those other 2
It's the
bedrooms.
best
So it's really important to understand that. So you're not going to hear a lot from that basement
system
level
that humans
there.
have to
And then once
describe
you
beings
move
of
from that
various
flight of glass door,
dimensionality. The
you're run
the density
directly into
system.
the entrance to a bedroom, and then to your right,
So that's why I
you
use
go
that.
up the stairs.
Very
And
good
when
book.
you think about a third floor, you have to think of
Anyway,
this in college housing, right? So when you move up to that third
I've
floor,
learned
it's a
directly
narrow
from the being
stairway.
that was being
It
channeled
enters
in
into
that
a
material.
very, very small hallway, and
I
the
know.
entrance to two rooms. The room that the murders took place in,
Anyway.
and another room that was unoccupied. And that is a really, just the layout and the complexity of getting to that part. You could either
So simply me nearing enlightenment, I was targeted with assassination attempts.
Should you be caught, or you had to diligently plan.
It's a true story. You can ask Yahweh. Yahweh rescued me from that. I would simply meditate. I would sit in the sofa for hours and hours and hours every day.
It's chilling to think about the steps that killer took to commit that crime.
I would sit in the sofa for hours and hours every day, and beings would simply show up to try to assassinate me. That's how targeted I was. And I don't mean humans. I'm talking about beings you can't see unless you're psychic.
Dr. Michael Bodden is a forensic pathologist. He served as a chief medical examiner.
The type of beings who will walk up to you and do psychic surgery without your permission and try to hurt you.
Dr. Bodden, you have such incredible experience and background on a whole host of different kinds of crimes. I'm very
The type of beings who cast spells on from another dimension.
So far.
Well, it appears from what we know so far is they've got the right person for the information they already have. And very important will be
I am one of the planet's greatest heroes. That's not me saying that. I literally heard someone saying that a second ago. No, I'm not crazy. I was supposed to be one of the greatest psychics on the planet, unsurprisingly, considering what I told you.
Psychological history, his
I can literally
legal issues, and his academic history. And in his academic history,
I would have already written my book, World Change. In fact, I've already showed some of the material in it that's supposed to be in it.
The police found him.
I'll save that for another time. I'll talk about that another time. I don't want to talk about too much here, because then beings won't understand it.
Crimes, which he said in the advertisement was approved by the
I want to focus on this situation of me being framed and set up for assassination in a way that would destroy the whole planet. What they try to do was secretly control my mind.
Why the criminals, which he interviewed anonymously,
and secretly control my chakras,
how they would locate the
my fingertips, my pathways, my whole energy body.
Doing whatever criminality there was going to be.
So they're trying to forcibly control my body and mind in secret.
How their feelings were after successfully.
And they're trying to do that as part of a larger scheme to control my spirit. So they're trying to control my energy body, that is my body, my chakras, as people call it, my pathways, such as my fingertips. They try to control my mind by hiding in the back of the mind. I can feel them in the back of my consciousness. And they're combining those in an orchestrated, organized way. There goes the censorship word. They're trying to combine those in an organized, orchestrated way to control my spirit. These are the type of beings that try to turn people's spirits or souls into secret automaton mindless zombies. Yeah. Automatonization is something done in the negative path in other dimensions. Positive polarity in other dimensions doesn't have it.
Yeah. I just
for the most part, they don't like it. Positive polarity likes being like so-called men.
And the numbers of red flags.
Positive polarity being would simply call that meditation. Positive polarity doesn't like automatons. I don't like automatons. Automaton's one of the ugliest things in the universe. That's when you basically robotize your own mind or bodily system. You create automata.
The market saw its biggest decline since 2008.
Automized processes within your own being.
One industry did very well.
But the negative takes it, not only that, but so far that they try to completely robotize someone, to turn them into a total automaton who's not even conscious, but who becomes useless. It destroys someone's afterlife, and they even try to do it to someone's spirit or soul to destroy them forever. Because then, if they do it over and over and over and over and over again, and they can continually kill someone's soul, and they get revived by God, and they do it again and again and again and again and again and again. They can't live anymore because they become automatically an automaton as soon as they wake up from God, as soon as they get revived. It's a plan to kill people for all time. That's what they're trying to do to me. Why? I don't know. I'm innocent. Those beings are crazy.
Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with sulfonyl urea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea.
So that's what happened to the Earth. That's the story. That's the story of Earth, y'all.
You may pay as little as $25.
Some hero of time, amazingly skilled at meditation,
that allows you to practice your shooting skills at home without wasting a dime on ammo.
who learns directly
from
celestial teachers.
Become a proficient shooter in under 2 weeks.
I've met Jesus, I've met Buddha,
Live feedback with progress tracking on your shot accuracy
Shakyamuni
and shot
Buddha.
times. Beat personal records and compete with friends and family.
Anyway,
around the best
I don't feel like name dropping.
Train when you want, where you want.
I told y'all some of the beings I was working with. I don't usually do that. But that's what happened to the Earth. So you have the human being who is the hero of time. He's supposed to realize higher dimensional time and totally revolutionize the meditation industry, among other things. I was supposed to save my country. You can ask Yahweh. But what happened instead? Well, I got targeted so heavily. They're trying to murder me for all time in a way that would totally destroy the planet.
Here we have cups of coffee from the same pot. These are more expensive. This one, just $1. Which would you buy? It's simple, right?
And then what's the excuse these dark, evil crooks use? They say, well, you shouldn't make a request of the spirit realm. But the thing is, I didn't want anything from that being. Although I made a request for free assistance from the spirit realm, because I had such good experiences with the spirit realm. I was the hero of time. A lot of beings called me the hero of time. A lot of them. I've been called the most important human, the most accomplished human. I had such a great relationship with the spirit realm. I made a little mistake that I thought I could request something from the spirit realm and have it actually given. That was naive of me. But you want to know what I did? I made my request to the spirit realm, and as soon as Baphomet came forward and tried to hurt me, I was like, whoa, whoa. I don't want that. I don't want you, Baphomet. I don't want what you're trying to give me. You're trying to hurt me. I don't want it. And that's their excuse. That I simply asked something. And then when they tried to give something, I ain't even want it. I told them to go away. Then I called forth 8th density to cure the effects of whatever that crook did to me. 8th density. Yeah. I'm the type of human who knows 8th density. You know what that is? Yeah. The hero of time. Anyway. So that's their excuse for trying to destroy an entire planet. That's their excuse for trying to murder a soul for all time. That's their excuse. I simply asked a question. And that's the story. This will probably be in a Bible someday or something. Yeah, it probably will. Hopefully they get the story right. Anyway. That's the video. Thank you for watching.
Give your taste buds a twist.